Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum and XRP and take a look and see what we can expect from some price action, see where we're going to be, what we should be watching out for. If you haven't already, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you think, give me your own opinion, your own thoughts, and click that bell icon, help us support the channel, and click the bell to stay up to date. All right, so Ethereum right now is trading at 1,790 bucks, looking okay. Did not see so many great gains like some of the other coins, especially Bitcoin. I'm looking at the weekly. Now, I'm going to jump down to the daily chart and just take a closer look at the daily. You can see the daily charts is like dead still, but we had those some gains coming in further. Let me just zoom in here because now that I changed everything, kind of hard to tell. All right. So we had some of the gains steadily coming up, but it looks like we kind of peaked out here, and now we're just kind of going. So we broke just above the 200 EMA. Nothing too strong. We need to see a bigger push. Now, if we're talking about where we're going to see what we need to see, really, we have the $2,000 mark right here, kind of coming in, touching on the 14th of July, right? Uh, yeah, July and the May. It's not very strong. It's actually pretty weak. So if we're looking something a little bit more steady where we're going to really see some pushback coming in, it's going to be 1930. So this is where we're going to see the pushback coming in here. We're seeing some resistance now. Why it's not really pushing up is fighting that previous support level in this really strong range where there was just nothing going on. It was practically dead. Look at the volume even. It's just dead throughout this time, which is horrible. Not only that, is that when we had this moment, I'm just going to change the color here for a moment just to kind of show you guys what I mean. All right, make it orange. So this previous support level kind of touching here in long range, and plus you had the resistance coming, so it's kind of acting like on a three-part contact. And this is what's pushing us down. That's why the strong candles, it just went, and then just drove back down and kind of even reversed a little bit. So even today, with around 14 hours left, it's still kind of in some selling mode right now going on. So it's kind of cooling off. The market's going to cool down anyways, given the little rally we had. There's also this part that you should pay attention to. We have the 1537 mark. Well, proposing honestly as a strong support level. This is I would call like your last minute, but you're gonna see some too around 16, 17 actually. 1650. Let's call 1650. This area is going to be kind of a moment where we can say, well, this will be, a good acting support level. But we need to push past through the 1930, and if we can kind of break past where we're at now, if we could break past 1,800 bucks, we'll see some pushback. But it'll be a good key moment to pay attention to for some future trading. The problem is now is that we just need to stay above the 200 EMA. We don't want to get there and then just, reverse back down. So this is a good moment to pay attention to Ethereum in the moment. And plus, you have to think a lot of people are watching. They bought Ethereum around 1,500 bucks. It jumped 18, and they're probably seeing like, oh, okay, they're expecting that pushback, and then they're just selling, right? So they have their stop losses there, for example. And plus, now the stop losses are down here, where you don't want to lose any more. So you have a lot of stuff that you're fighting against in total. But going back to the weekly chart looks better. Weekly it's done great, but daily it's just not so hot. But next week we'll be able to tell, and that's what I'm telling you. If we can just stay above that 200 EMA, if we can close above that next week, and we have a stronger candle, then we have a better idea if we're going to actually reach the 1930 mark or even the 2000 mark to really set forth what we can plan for the future. But daily trading, it's not a lot going on to trade every few hours, for example, if you're into that. XRP though, XRP has been really bad. I don't think it's going to be any better. We got that golden cross kind of happening. So if you're looking at the weekly here, the same situation like Ethereum on the weekly, but let's jump to the daily chart. You can see the daily chart really shows the volume where it's just like barely doing anything. We're still kind of waiting to know more about the whole lawsuit going on. So nothing's really happening. And even for us to kind of get to 64 cents is kind of right now with the volume acting as it is, it almost seems like never, because we're kind of even stuck between back here in June and back in April, kind of like fighting that as well. So that's why it's not wanting to move forward. But also we have a strong around 36. Actually even better. Let's say, yeah, 42. Let me come right here just for a second, just to kind of give you guys a better visualization. So 42, you have the support here back in May. You have the resistance from January, and also playing back in December of last year, the support level from October of last year as well. So it's making a pretty strong support. But the problem is we don't have any kind of real strong push. Now, the last big major market structure besides the fall that kind of happened right here back in August, right where it kind of plummeted down, we could return back to like 62 where we want. But when we kind of like look back to, we have some problems because we have January from last year as well, kind of like fighting against that. So we want to see 62, and that'll be the next good push. I think if we jump to 62, it'll signify a good push. But the whole thing, this major movement here, the only problem that I don't like is the candles following after that are not really strong. I would like to at least see like 3 consecutive candles, even if they're not like super bullish, but if they would just be a little bit better. It can confirm that market structure here. I can't really confirm that, but that's 80 cents. Now it could go to that point, but again, kind of taking a look at XRP's trading volume over, the last month or so, it's just dead in the water. So it's really hard to tell. Now July was good, and then the last like good movement before like this market structure crash here, we have what, October of last year, that movement. So nothing really good to compare from last year. Nothing really positive. So it's definitely not like 2021 where it's a buck 25. But to be super bullish on this, I can't say. I'm actually gonna have to say that I'm rather bearish right now. And we see 3 consecutive red candles over the 200 EMA, so it's really signifying a downward projection. So I would expect 48 probably, honestly, 47 to drop down to if this continues, especially if this just gains some downward momentum. So we'll have to see from there. To compare for the market cap for the week, of course, nothing does it. 23% for Solana, done really great. Cardano did really good. XRP, 7.7. All right, we have AVAX at 17%. But for the day, we're not doing hot at all. Not bad, but not hot. Solana's up by 2.6 for the day. Bitcoin's down by 0.9%. Still kind of 16 hours to go. AVAX 4.7. Atom 2.9. So the daily not too great. Dot's actually taking a hit too. It's just not pulling out of it. But Dot's at 4.8 minus today. AVAX 4.7 I said already. HBAR. So nothing really good. Even Matic 3.8 daily. If we go to the week for everything, some of the big players for the week: Pepe 89, Hex 87 in the plus, Mina 61, Floki 115% for the week, Link is 44, Gala at 38. So some smaller coins. It kind of looks like we're in alt season, honestly, if you really think about it. With Bitcoin jumping up, but alt is kind of playing where it's at. So even near 18.9%, Avi 20%. So DOT for the week is 11.2, just not good for the day, and SNX at 19.1. So we'll have to see where they're going to go. But it looks like alt season as far as if we're looking at the week. Month-wise, you can see the big players: 73 for Solana, Hex is 166, right? So I would probably, just by looking at this, those coins are playing a bigger role, and probably because Bitcoin, Ethereum, those guys were really hit, people are trying to change into their trading strategies and where they're going to go right now. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Remind you to click the subscribe button, and I will see you guys again next time.